Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. Oh, what can we say? Another chaotic day, and the interesting thing is that was 3.5% or 3.6% move to the downside. The Nasdaq moved down 5%. So the last time that happened was not too long ago. It was during the COVID outbreak, or the beginning of the COVID outbreak, should we say? And we hit limit down and many times. We actually even hit limit up during that period as well. So I think for me at the moment, this is a clear rejection of the weekly trend line brewing. You can see there is the weekly chart there. So we've got that weekly trend line. So we've got 2 days to go still. The bulls have still got 2 days to turn this, to flip this around into another sort of pin bar, which would then give us a tweezer bottom on the weekly, which would then start producing some interest. For me at the moment, this is still very much touch and go. What I do want to do is just add this weekly level in here, which is right here where we are at 31,317. So let's just get down to the levels that we're looking at. So 8 hour could be a double bottom playing out. Oscillators don't quite agree with that. The rejection here, I will look at where that was, but it was sort of in the middle of nowhere. Not even, wasn't even close to an area. Well, you can see on these 8 hour tails, definitely wasn't an area of rejection. Trend is down, as I said to you, keep coming up into moving averages, we keep rejecting. So the sellers are still there. They're still looking to push this down. Buyers are also here, so they're also looking for value. And a lot of stocks are looking really cheap. And we're getting into a situation where people are going to start saying they're too cheap. And then in that case, we're going to fall a little bit more. So yeah, at the moment, the trend is down. We're still looking for opportunities to sell off. Look at the oscillators here. I don't think I'd want to be selling here. So I'd want to be selling higher up. So logical choice is going to be somewhere in that area there. And that is 31,924. So if we just move down to the levels, you can see on the hour, we didn't even hesitate here. Lots of an area of support, didn't even hesitate, just plummeted. So lots of bullish setups that were brewing yesterday morning. And you can see what we're looking for is just a gentle pullback onto this level, hold that level, and then bounce. That failed dismally. You can see how we bounced through. And this is just another valuable lesson, guys. If we look at this on the 15-minute, there was our area that we need to pay attention to. And you can see that sort of the day before yesterday, we were bumping our heads, got above, and then we found support in that area, also above the 155. Here you can see we broke the 155, came back and tested it. So the most logical choice here was a potential move to the downside. But you've got two sort of mini range bars here. So your trade, if you were going to take this trade, should only have been above a break of those tails. So as soon as you started breaking above the tails, there's your trade, and then your stop would have been below this area. So what's happened here, you can see people looked at this, and as soon as we got this pattern, jumped into the trade and then put stops below here. And that's why you had this acceleration to the downside as we broke through that level. This is the big level that bulls and bears are paying attention to. Okay, so that's why for me, always look for, if you're selling, you want to be selling off a rejection higher up. And there's your 155 rejection. And then this area here, there wasn't really anything. I mean, I was looking at this yesterday, what did we miss? And I suppose the only thing that we could argue we missed was these two tails here. If you look at that on the hour, there's nothing there. So you can see there's a tail, but there's no fractals there. So from an hour perspective, not there, but on the 15-minute, definitely was a rejection, and then a move to the downside. So what's in store for us today? I think the gap has closed. That's the first thing. Big fears on the growth stocks at the moment. It's just so much going on. But anyway, me personally don't want to be short down here. Oscillators don't agree with that. We're too far from the moving averages. too far from a level. I'd be looking to be short from 31,924. If you did get this move yesterday, well done. It was a difficult one to view, and I only sort of picked up the structure after hours. Didn't really see it while it was happening, and I was always waiting for a pullback onto some form of structure to jump in on the train, and that didn't happen. So anyway, for me today, could be bottom of range. Okay, it also could be something really worse than that. In other words, a little bit of a consolidation where we are now, so form a bit of a flag and then break, retest this area and continue. So that is the one thing to pay attention to. You break below 31,317. Bear in mind that's a weekly support level, so I'd want to see a break, pullback and a rejection of it before jumping in short on that. Otherwise, I'm looking for a pullback here to 31,924 for a continuation to the downside. The last situation that may actually brew is we just rally to the top here and basically form a bigger range. This level here at 32,341 is still critical for the week. Bulls are looking for a weekly close above that. Bears are looking for a weekly close below that. So I would expect the volatility to continue. Be very cautious about just jumping in. Wait for structure. If you jumped in long here without a stop, you'd be burning right now. If you jumped in with a stop, stop would have been taken out. So pay attention to what's going on. These are the extreme levels that we need to pay attention to. To the upside, 32,636. We need to get above that, come back and test that for this to even start indicating we need to look for longs. And for shorts, we need to come back to any one of these levels and reject them and start moving down for shorts. So you can start right at the top here, 32,335. Sorry, I'm sure I got that one wrong. 32,344, and then we have 31,924. Those are the two areas you're looking for rejection for a continuation to this weekly level. Alternatively, you're looking for a break and retest of this weekly level at 31,317. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps. Hold on to your hats. It's going to get, it's going to continue to be volatile, and should still starting to get interesting, in my opinion. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.